Welcome to the channel, guys. My name is Jess. So it has been an absolutely insane last 24 hours on the Bitcoin charts. We've seen a nearly 6% drop in the last day alone. Long liquidations have been through the roof with the largest spike since early August. So let's dive into the charts today to talk about the little bit of strength that we're gathering here on the short time frame and what we actually need to see for a bullish reversal, as well as the key levels that you need to be looking out for in terms of a bearish continuation. Before we get into all that though, make sure you guys smash that like button and subscribe to the channel to get regular Bitcoin analysis every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. If you're after even more content, be sure to check out my free Telegram for daily updates as well as crypto and economic news. And if you're interested in my VIP channel, you can get more details over here. VIP gives you exclusive access to my personal trading setups with exact entry points, targets, and stop losses. Alrighty guys, so diving right into the charts, let's go ahead and talk about what on earth has been going on with Bitcoin in the last 24 hours before we dive into our analysis. So in case you guys missed it, in the last 3-week to a month period, Bitcoin was traveling in a really strong uptrend over here, characterized by this 52.5k retest, or a retest of the base of our macro descending channel structure. So following that range low retest, we had experienced a very extended period of very bullish price action. However, very recently on Monday morning, we lost our uptrend following quite a bearish weekly candle close over here, where Bitcoin had rejected off the prior weekly candle close for the all-time high back in 2021, right? So that range of resistance starting at $65,800. So we were due for a little bit of a correction, and we had leading confirmation here on the RSI that we were going to see some sort of breakdown. Now, clearly this move caught a lot of people off guard. We saw a massive spike in liquidations over here, over $450 million in long liquidations in the last 24 hours, and the largest spike in Bitcoin long liquidations since August 5th, which was also, if you guys remember, a really crazy day as well. So the price has gone down to retest the midline, or the middle of our macro descending channel structure. And now the big question for this next little segment of price action is, are we going to see a correction, or what do we need to see to confirm a correction back upwards? Or conversely, if we are going to see a continued bearish move, what are the key levels we need to be looking out for? So let's go ahead and get stuck into our shorter time frame charts. Before we get into any more analysis, guys, let's hear a quick word from our sponsor, BTC. We can get 15% off all of your trading fees and up to $5,500 in sign-up rewards when you create your free account using the link down in my description box.
BTC is an emerging cryptocurrency exchange committed to providing you with a secure, convenient, and highly functional trading and investment platform. Available across all countries as a non-KYC exchange, get global access to over 150 trading pairs with minimal fees on both spot and futures contracts. Join today to get $5,500 in sign-up rewards and get 15% off all of your trading fees by signing up using the link in my bio or by using the code 1GG3 when you create your account.
So going ahead into our analysis, I really quickly want to start off with our hourly chart in the smaller time frames. And the reason for that is, if we're going to be looking for a bullish reversal, which there is a probability here because we are at levels of support, we are going to be picking up on that on the hourly chart. And then I'll move into the 4-hour and daily chart to talk about levels for a continued bearish move. So taking a look here on the hourly chart, what we ended up doing was moving into this next base of really key short time frame support here, ranging from 60,200 to 60,600. If we take a look on the 4-hour time frame as well, we can see that the 4-hour candle close was actually again at support. So the level of support on the 4-hour time frame exists just slightly above that 1-hour one, and it starts at 60,600 moving into 61,100. But as we can see, that 4-hour candle close was above that base of support despite the wick downwards. And then on the daily time frame, we can see that we are retesting the midline, which if you guys have watched prior videos, is a really crucial level of support. Moving into it, there's a really strong level of resistance, right, as we can see from historical price action, and moving above it, it acts as a really strong level of support to facilitate a range high retest. So moving into this next segment, that midline is a very strong level where the buyers can look to step in and take back control of the narrative. So what we can see here on the hourly time frames is that Bitcoin flashed just below that base of support here at 60.2k, with this liquidity wick down at 60,130, but the candle close itself was actually able to hold support, and the subsequent candle closes have suggested that this level is actually acting as a base of support over here. So essentially what this chart tells us and what this level tells us is that while Bitcoin remains above 60,137, because we are at support on all those different time frames, we can be expecting, or there's a high probability of a bounce over here, right? That we are going to see a continued bullish move back up. Now, in that bullish continuation, if we zoom in into our 15-minute chart over here, we can see that Bitcoin broke out of a broadening descending wedge, right? So a bullish reversal pattern. And in that break, the very first target that we need for a bullish continuation is above that prior high in the downtrend. So 62,400. And just above that, we have that next key base of resistance on the short time frame charts or on the hourly charts, ranging from 62.5 to 62.9 thousand. So in order to see a bullish continuation, we are going to need to clear above that prior high, as well as this current level of resistance, and flip it as a base of support. Now, that is going to facilitate a continued bullish move and a bullish reversal, right? Ending this period of downward trajectory, and potentially on the hourly chart also breaking us out of this downtrend that we've experienced in the last couple of days. Now, we can use that exact same level over here at 60,130 to the opposite effect. Okay, so if we're going to start to see liquidity wicks grabbing to the bottom and underneath that level, even if we don't get a candle close below that level, that is suggestive to us that this level over here at 62,000 is not holding as that base of support that we need it to facilitate that bullish continuation. So if we start to see Bitcoin's reaction to that level, kind of, I guess, waver a little bit and teeter, we can expect that the probabilities are actually still skewed to that bearish case scenario, and it is more likely in falling below this level over here that we are going to see a continued bearish move. Now let's move over onto the 4-hour charts and talk about those key levels that we need to be looking out for, and where we can expect to look for a bounce alternatively. So in the scenario that we do end up seeing a bearish continuation, for example, let's say on the smaller time frame over here, we end up moving up to retest the prior high in this downtrend, and rejecting off that prior high, we go on to fall below 60,100. So in that bearish continuation, the first level that we're going to be looking out for is a move down to 59,100, right? This next base of support here on the 4-hour time frame, ranging from 59.1 to 59.5k. And then just below that, we have the prior high in our uptrend, which again acts as that level of significance where we can also look for a bounce. So that level is at 57,800, and the sell side liquidity for that being $57,400. Now, if we take a look at the measured move of our breakdown over here, we've had an ascending wedge formation. The breakdown, or the measured move of that breakdown from the second retest of the base to the top, takes us just below this level of support over here, where we can expect Bitcoin is likely to then fill this volume gap, move into this base of support over here, and potentially move into, also wick into this gap over here at 57,400. And both those levels are ones where we can look for a bullish reversal, right? Because this is the measured move of the ascending wedge, it is likely then that at this point we're going to see some bearish exhaustion and a bullish reversal if we do not see that over here. Now, while I think it is highly unlikely that Bitcoin goes on to retest 55.5k, this is the final level of support where in losing, the macro charts start to flip bearish instead. Now, the reason why I say that is because, first of all, if we move over onto a daily time frame, if we have fallen below to 55.5, we have most definitely lost the midline of the macro structure, right? The blue dotted trend line that has been so important in the past to both clear and hold in order to facilitate a bullish move to the range high. And in falling below the midline, we have generally seen a very high probability of a range low retest. So falling below that on a daily time frame, it's likely then that we move on to retest 55.5, and at that retest of support, we also go on to retest the leading span A on the weekly Ichimoku. Now, the Ichimoku has been exceptionally important in the past in determining whether or not Bitcoin is in a general bullish trajectory, a high time frame, so bull market, or conversely a bear market, where generally we enter a bear market when the price falls below the leading span B, and with latent confirmation with that conversion line there that red line. Is it the conversion or the baseline? The baseline falling below the leading span B as well. Now, the very first step for that move towards that leading span B is going to be a move below our leading span A, right? Falling below that level of support, we generally see that move to retest that lower level here. And that is when falling below upon retest, which is also the retest of our sell-side liquidity level at $49,000, Bitcoin enters a bear market. So that 55K level is really, really huge, exceptionally important. If we do go on to retest it, it is a very, very crucial level for us to hold. But I would be very, very shocked if we see it. I just really quickly wanted to pop in that note, just in case anyone was wondering, how bad this correction really is in terms of the macro charts. Alrighty guys, that is all the analysis that I have for you today. If you enjoyed the video or you learned something, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. If you're after even more content, be sure to check out my free Telegram for daily updates as well as crypto and economic news. And if you're interested in my VIP channel, you can get more details over here. VIP gives you exclusive access to my personal trading setups with exact entry points, targets, and stop losses. And if you are a trader, don't forget to sign up down below to BitUnext to get 15% off all of your trading fees. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!